Good morning, gamers. We're doing the fucking Southern Realms, protecting the Empire from, I don't know, fucking orcs since circa, what did they say? Like, the oldest settlements in the Southern Realms are not nearly as old as anything else. If you can't tell, I'm a bit fucked up. It's the day after the last episode. My shoulder's hurting a lot more. Going to the gym tomorrow, we'll see how it is. FYI, I left the load screens in this time. I know. Just a tiny little piece of them because there's a bunch of custom art. So I've been leaving in those starting load screens. You guys see those a lot more than you do anything else. That is purposeful. Unlike any other leaving in of load screens. If there is, any other load screens, it's my bad. You can, I don't know, fucking stomp on me or something. There's a bunch of cool, like, custom events with this, and there's a whole bunch of art and stuff. I don't know if it's their own art, to be honest, but I like this one. We find out that some scholar that our tales are written about was actually an elf, and we can either increase relations with the humans, censor everything for happy populace, or we can just kind of let people keep studying and find out on their own. There's a whole bunch of options like that offered a whole lot of fun. This character's pretty unique. He's got, there's a lot of wizards and stuff you can get these campaigns. I found that out. Like, you aren't really recruiting wizard lords or wizard heroes throughout, which, isn't a bad thing at all. Like, because there's no limit, but this reoccurring event gets you wizards, like, hedge wizards. And in my 2 longer campaigns for this, I ended up with, in one of them, like, legitimately 18, 19 wizards. It was pretty crazy. I don't know if I mentioned it a second ago. It's my bad if I did. I'm in a lot of pain, so if if I sound funky, that's why. Outside of that, let's keep going. This campaign is pretty unique. You get, like, mercenaries, and you're able to hire some, basically your unit set is Empire, but each little faction within this race, I guess, the Southern Realms race, each faction within said race gets its own little unique coat of paint on these Empire units. They are very much the exact same stats, little to no differences, but they look different, which is nice. And I think there's a bit more variety of them. And then also you get Bretonnian units. I think one group maybe even has High Elf or Lizardman units. And then you also get, Dwarvish units is this guy. He buffs dwarves. That's his whole thing. And I'm going to pause real quick because my fucking shoulder. I need to do my little exercises. Okay, I shouldn't sound as awful now. I was in a load of pain. I had to stretch it out. Not to worry anyone. I think I just pulled a muscle, so I'm still able to raise my arm above my head, do little circles, lat raises, side raises, front raise. I don't have space here, but I can totally side raise. Please believe me. 1 second. There we go. And my sounded weird, but no, I'm all good. I'm not dying too bad. I think it's just stiff. We'll know tomorrow. If in the next episode, I'm weeping like, oh my god, I tore my shoulder, that's when you'll know. We've got Tilia coming to us, who I've actually heard of in the lore. If I remember correctly, Godric and Felix dock there during Orc Slayer. They're coming into that coast. Dude, I hate the gap between the one before Orc Slayer and Orc Slayer, how they were traveling for like so many years. That pisses me off, dude, so badly. That's, because everything's on a timeline, and they actually had it dated. If I had a choice, that's when I'd reset Old World 2. Was that gap right there. Because Godric and Felix is one of their big series. I mean, they had other series, of course, but it was one of the big ones. You reset from there, that gap, have them do something to, take care of the Chaos Invasion. That would be the good thing. That would fix everything. That would fix the whole world. Back on topic, though, we're fighting some filthy fucking rats. They are going to break so fucking quickly. I mean, we got crossbowmen, we got unique RORs. We got a whole bunch of fun. We're gonna kick some fucking ass. I mean, like, it's pretty assured that that's what's gonna happen. They're even trying to spawn clan rats on us. We aren't gonna let it happen. We're going to move our cav back to our back line. And we have, I think that's a Heaven Mage, who's just gonna be an absolute goat of a mage. I mean, they've got a harmonic conveyance or whatever. They can give you huge buffs to melee attack, melee defense. They can heal, I do believe. They can also, like, just stop a whole bunch of units from moving, which is pretty badass, especially when you're operating with 3+ crossbowmen. And then, my long-term plan for this campaign, if it were to continue, would be just to get, like, a dwarven front line, because that's, like, the basic clan dwarves, or whatever they're called. Dwarf warriors with the axe and shield. Those, and then add up on top of that, like, gun lines. Oh my god, shooting over the head of the dwarves. Actually, I think that's a Warhammer 3 thing. I don't think they can shoot over the heads of the dwarves. This kind of sucks. Azag went to war with us, and he's an absolute ass kicker. I mean, we're going to be playing as one of these orcs here in a couple episodes. It is just like a slop fest. I honestly might not even make it a video. I lost so fucking badly. I mean, I lose here too, but in a different way. We went over here past this stream. There was a building here. We decided to make our holdout here. I'm the type to sit in the building. I don't fight unless I have to. So I just gave them the orders from there. We held out over here. It's a huge orc army, a pretty decent one at that. But we had a pretty good little human army. We were backed up by a garrison. But this was not a winnable offensive. I mean, in the long run, maybe it could have been if I tried a couple more times, try a different strategy. Maybe there's a whole bunch of maybes. Maybe this, maybe we could have won. I mean, that's basically what I feel with every battle I lose. But that is where we ended the campaign, because Wazag would have just shoved down the southern realms for forever. We started with Tobaro or something. This faction, I believe, is I don't know how to describe it other than insanely fucking hard to play, because you spawn here. You're not at war with Ikit Claw, but your teammate is, and you only have this one place. I believe what you're supposed to do is wait for Tilia or your neighbor to the west to deal with him. I did not. I tried to go to war with them. Like, I think I could have won this battle. I really could have. If I was a smarter individual, I am not. I'm out of energy drink over here, so I'm over here dying. Nothing. I'm in hell. I had 4 of them. They lasted me like 6 days. I don't like that that's accelerating again. I switched to energy drinks from Pop back way earlier in the Warhammer series. It's really unfortunate. Let's go ahead and fight off these Skaven. we've got a solid garrison here of 6 fucking troops. Killing literally hundreds of rats should not be an issue for us. And then we got our ass kicked again. That was the end of it. That campaign, I think I was a little bit too bold with it. I wanted to go on over here. Went to go start a new campaign. Then I switched it up, I looked, I'm like, oh, let's play the Black Knight. And then, you know what I decided to do? I bet you can't guess. What the fuck am I doing? Yep, I decided to load, because sometimes I'll boot up these campaigns, just to play on my own. So I decided to boot up this one, and it's a little bit later on. All that I've basically done is claim Skavenblight. We're at war with them, and then other than that, I've just been sitting in my main settlement, just chilling. I think that's basically it. I just didn't record, I forgot to. It's really my bad. But there was a whole lot to be done. This campaign was not quite as long as my third one, but it was a plenty long, plenty fun campaign. The Hedge Wizards, I've actually never done the Synda Templar. I would have to believe it increases order or something. I don't think that's worth it when you can get a Grey Wizard or some sort of wizard. We sent this guy over to Nuln to recruit an exceptional individual, which is this guy. He's kind of a fucking beast. I want him in essentially every fucking army that has ever been. And then we headed on out of our settlement to go pick a fight. This was when I kind of decided how this campaign would go. I decided this would end when I took Count Noculus's area, because he came on over here with a butt-fuck awful army and picked a fight with me. So I decided to head on over, give him a visit. We're going to head into the deep sea and kick some ass. We've got some of these to do. What is this? Easy enough. We also have an organ gun, which is absolutely badass. High-tier dwarf. This also came up a lot, which lets you recruit mercenaries, increase relationships, or a couple other things. We end up having to actually return because he sent over a second army to kick some ass. We kicked his teeth in. It was about as easy as could be. And then, finally, as we went out to sea here, we headed on over towards him. What's happening here? They want non-aggression pact. They want my money. I'm rolling dough. We went on over to his thing. We retreated. They followed. That was fucking stupid. So I went ahead, killed them. Tyrion noticed me. He's like, hey, you're fighting that asshole who keeps coming up here and ransacking our coast. And then I went ahead and took his settlement. It was worth the auto-resolve to me just to end the campaign, because I wanted to move on to what I'd researched as the most fun campaign. It's Tilia. This guy, he buffs crossbowmen. Now, there are some units in their armies that don't work. There is one regiment of renown that doesn't work. It's a artillery unit that instead thinks it's a melee unit. There's a couple little things like that that just sucks that doesn't work. But hey, I mean, when I play these factions in Warhammer 3, I guarantee they're going to be more fun than I can possibly understand, to be honest. This was the moneymaker of a campaign. I guess that's basically how I describe it. We went about it pretty fucking quickly. We ran on down here. Like, we literally boated over here from the first battle. I think we stopped in my settlement and recruited for one turn. We set up, a solid line. We were already having crossbow recruits by turn fucking whatever this is. and he has two unique type of crossbowmen. I guess I can't say that the roster is entirely an Empire ripoff. I'm going to say it's Empire heavily inspired. I think if I were to look at the actual statistics, the armor values and stuff changes, but I don't think the positioning or role of said units changes all that much. He does have these two really great type of crossbowmen. He has his own siege crossbowman, and then he has a regiment renowned that you can actually get a second one of, and they're kind of just a beast. His army is very much missile focused, is how I'd put it. Like they very much, their pride enjoys those missiles. He himself is a really heavily armored infantryman, I think comparable to dwarves. And he starts off with did he use full heal? Oh yeah, he has some sort of ability like what was it? It's like Dynasty of Combat or something, passive ability. He heals up after a little while. And look at that, our front line falls entirely and our crossbowmen remain. He is such a missile heavy like character, I guess, and I absolutely love it. He buffs them up. He's a beast. His hero, his starting hero, not a unique hero, is a beast as well. I think getting Malachi McCason, who has up to like a 30% damage from missiles buff on him, is going to be absolutely insane. Like, undeniably so. We've got Hedge Wizard. What sort of Hedge Wizard? That is the question. Ooh, I'm willing to sacrifice that unit any day of the week for that victory. We went ahead and took out one of our main enemies almost instantly. Same thing that asked us, censor everything, ignore the rumors. We have nothing to hide. This time I chose censor everything for the general like mood buff throughout our provinces. We'll actually see here in a second. I thought about it and actually left it up for you guys to read if you'd like. Hopefully you can read. I don't know why the fuck, excuse my language, why I record these in 1080p and put them up on 1080p. Like, yay, I'm uploading 10. When YouTube now no longer does 1080p for free. Like, you guys can't watch this on 1080p, can you? I don't know how it works. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe I'm full of poop. If that was incorrect information, then let me add in allegedly beforehand. But still, like, if you can't do it, that kind of sucks. Either way, we've got our first cannon. We're going to go ahead and siege these guys. This gives us a little southern front other than our actual, like, southern city. Then we headed over to Skavenblight, went ahead and took that, and that's essentially all major threats taken out of, rotation, I guess. And that summed up the campaign for a while. I know you see there's 12 more minutes left in this. For good fucking reason. We essentially just tried the best we could for as long as possible. Like, we held out, we got more money. I didn't expand too far just because it felt like I needed to consolidate some power. So I recruited the other legendary lord from this character because we were having just constant rebellions. And I knew I could get rid of those by simply upgrading some of the cities we had. So we have, look, another rebellion over here. We constantly had rebellions over here at Skavenblight, at the, what the fuck's that Vampire Coast place? Saratosa, we constantly had them over there. And I also got this question about every 10 turns of asking how to make fucking pasta. Because I guess we're Italy, essentially. And they're asking us how to make pasta. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, my mom always used lard. Wrong. And I did cheese. Wrong. The only one that's right is being like, why the fuck are you asking me this? I'm literally the Lord. Like, I'm on the campaign trail. Why are you asking me this? That's the correct answer. We got good trading with them. We also, made some contact with Araby. I really do like Araby. Araby is maybe next episode. I'm not sure if it's next episode. I feel like it's next episode. Might not be, though, so don't exactly quote me on that. And even more fucking non-stop rebellions. We had one over here. Like, look at this. We've got to constantly fight off just useless fucking Skaven slaves coming out of the woodwork to try to eat some ass. Nearly fucking non-stop. And they don't die after one battle, which feels fucking absolute horse shit. But we got fucking, dwarf, what are they? Fucking dwarf units backing us up, so that's fine. We had some bigger raids over time. I don't think they're quite yet, but here in a while we will actually have some larger raids before we move on to the rest of the campaign. Here they are, actually. Good-ass morning, my friends. I know. It's the next day. I'm interrupting the story. Who gives a fuck about story flow? Went to the gym. My shoulder's feeling way better. I was able to do everything. Outside of that, I love the autism sometimes, dude. I'm watching, my cat's here. He just came in, purred. I just heard him. I think you guys probably heard him too. But, no. I'm watching a video on Rebel Moon versus Star Wars and plagiarism and stuff. I think you guys know which one I'm talking about. This guy's coming to us for a military alliance. It's worth it. It's going to cause us some issues, but it's money in our pocket and, friends made along the way. Balthazar Gelt, in turn, will come to us for another alliance. That's really good. He doesn't have a lot of settlements. We very much outclass him, but it's a really nice thing. These are the refugees from Lustria, I do believe, as they got kind of stomped by the lizards. Outside of that, what I was about to say is, I'm watching this video, and my friend, I'm not going to say his name, but he kind of sneaks up on me. He arrived late to the gym. He's kind of depressed. He's going through stuff, so I make sure to include him. Love the dude. He's like my absolute best friend. And he came up to me, and he's like, what are you watching? I explained it to him. He's like, oh, you're really into film? You're really into, movies? Do you like Star Wars? I'm like, oh, I'm okay with all those things, but I'm not obsessed. He's like, you're watching a 3-hour thing on these. I'm like, yeah. He's like, so? I'm like, what do you think? He's like, it's your fucking autism. I'm like, God damn it, dude. But no, it's been a good ass day. I'm happy as hell. Let's keep going with the Tilia grind. There's a lot to do here, and we're approaching some really cool shit. Skaven Blight as well as Sartosa are really good settlements to control. I honestly love taking them in every campaign. I know dwarf campaigns and a lot of other campaigns, they are settlements I go for, like Balthazar Gelt. Same with the Empire, if you guys remember that. I do like rotating my way down there and just taking what needs to be taken. Migration or Begone, it's a choice always. You're either reinforcing order or you're letting in a lot of growth. And you can also, this one was an equally devastating choice. I like when you get those options like that. Ooh, look at this. It's a nice little battle. Oh, Jesus, he kicks our ass. Oh my lord, we're giving up a Pistolier. We're giving up a couple other units to get rid of that Pistolier and a crossbowman and get rid of our low-ranking infantry. And you see my little army now. I recruited more high-ranking infantry, as well as I replaced a lot of those crossbowmen with the custom Southern Realm crossbowmen. So it was like a direct upgrade, giving up those troops. That's what I do a lot of the time. They want a military alliance. I went over there, stole their legendary hero, and they won a military alliance. You gotta love that. You also see that little gear symbol by their settlement. Let's see what I choose here. It's gonna do something negative no matter what. Cheese, still negative. We have to kick the Famir's ass all the fucking time. He comes down here and harasses us. But the gear thing is for Greybeard's Prospectors, who are a little custom faction that are absolutely badass. I kicked their ass a little bit in the next campaign, but you get to see that they have this, really custom roster that's absolutely goated. Tyrion controls all of the donut, so we're going to go ahead and defensive alliance. If you guys hear a quiver in my voice, I'm literally 5 minutes out of the gym. Like, I drove home and I hopped on. So, I'm kind of manic. I manic pixie dream girl, whatever the fuck. I don't even know what that term means. But no, I'm kind of, like, hyped. And I, like, took my pre-workout in one shot this morning. Like, usually I tend to drink it over the course of a workout. And I shot it up 3 hours ago, and it kicked in, like, 2 hours ago, and I felt it. Like, I felt the, and I took a little bit more than I usually do, so, because I'm out of energy drinks. So if I sound hype as fuck, that is why. We're fucking with Kimry, but there's a reason we're doing that. We get there's a quest line for the Southern Realms that you go up to where the Black Knight spawns, the last campaign, the second campaign, or the third campaign in this video. You go up to where he spawns, and then you're supposed to come down and fight Kimry, I think. And what it does is it gives you an undead legendary lord that's actually pretty fucking badass. Like, he is goated and he has some good buffs. He's pretty nice. I like a lot of the Southern Realms. They're pretty fucking cool. There's this guy right here, or maybe not this guy. There's one of these factions I fucking cannot play. It pisses me off. I think I can play Nagash just fine, which is great. But I can't play this other faction, and that's really upsetting to me because it's this whole big faction. You have to disable this other faction to play them. So I'm probably going to research what that is and then do that before wherever. It's an undead faction. I think there's a video on Brilliant Stupidity's channel, or one of those guys, one of those wonderful YouTube creators who also do Warhammer 3, and they're absolutely the best. Like, you guys should go subscribe to them 100% if you're listening to this and you haven't. Like, all those guys are the absolute goats when it comes to YouTube in general. I fucking love their content. Outside of that, I think he has a video on their Warhammer 3 version. It's like a Roman-themed Tomb Kings, and it's pretty fucking badass. And he goes, it's like spreading the desert in Warhammer 3 or something, is what it's called. And he goes up to the Empire and spreads this desert throughout it. And it's absolutely one of the funniest, best videos I've watched in a while. We're going to really show off our army here. This army is severely weakened. Like, our lords are not exactly holding out the best they can, and neither are a lot of things. But this is a fine showcase. They are an absolute siege beast. He himself, as a lord, is going to storm that front gate, kick some ass. He's not going to die easy. As long as he's in combat, he's going to get regen, he's going to get staged up and just kick some fucking ass. Like, look at him, he's taking a lot of damage, but those single entities, every time he hits them, he just kicks some fucking ass. He gets that full regen. I'm not even sure how many times it can happen, but it can. Our artillery breaks the fucking towers, and all of our, like, infinite crossbowmen with infinite bolts just shoot the absolute shit out of them, and they're beastly. If you see that 3rd Regiment Renowned from the left, that thing's fucking useless. I do believe that's one of that's the thing that's I talked about earlier. Oh my god, he's getting his ass kicked. No, the Lord's winning. Oh my god, he kicked some fucking ass, dude. He is beastly. And then our crossbowmen actually do fight really fucking well just in melee. They're beasts beyond beasts, and that's essentially the end of the episode. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, or whenever you're watching this. Hope you guys come back for more. If not, I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope to see you guys again next time. If not, that's okay. positive affirmations. Thank you guys for enjoying this episode. I can't wait to move on to Araby and a lot of fun factions I'm going to be showing off, including Kislev before Kislev. Outside of that, your view, your time, everything means the fucking world to me. I love getting to make these and enjoy making these. So thank you guys for contributing to the reward from doing that. So thank you.